Rangipura is a shallow natural harbour just north of Doubtless Bay in the far north of New Zealand. This pristine harbour offers a wide variety of fishing options and some shelter from most prevailing winds. With a couple of hours before the change of tide, we started fishing at the mouth of the harbour.
Always look for the blackhead terns. We call them kahawai birds, and rightly so. There's seagulls and terns in here, so some people sometimes see a lot of seagulls, and that can be a waste of time. Well, as expected, it didn't take too long to get a hook up in all this. They're big, fat kahawai feeding on, looks like whitebait or anchovies or something. There we go. Always great to get the first fish on the board, especially on a windy day like this. It's not too bad in here though, nice and calm. Kahawai, big green ones in here.
It was a bit like a washing machine at the entrance to the harbour, with the wind opposing the tide, creating a big chop.
So you're working the bottom there, Eden?
Going to work the bottom through the kahawai school.
And for what reason?
If we drop through without fast retrieve, we might pick up a snapper that's travelling through them, or even the odd trevally. So I'm getting a few taps here.
This is a good one, mate. Heading out into the channel. This is no kahawai. Can you steer me this way? We were doing what Eden suggested and working underneath the kahawai. On this one, just grabbed my lure near the bottom. Originally I thought it was a snapper because I felt a bit of a thump, but then it did a massive run, so I thought it might be a kingy, but it could still be a snapper because we're in pretty shallow water. And sometimes when you're in the shallow stuff, snapper will do amazing runs. These are the sort of things that really make it worth coming out. You know, we've been hanging out for a fish, the weather's been awful. We finally got a little, and I mean a little, where the window is going to shut down tomorrow. So Eden and I grabbed it. It's Eden's first weekend off in months. And we looked at the weather forecast and isolated the best destination. And man, it's firing. Woo-hoo-hoo.
This fish was constantly pulling line against a pretty tight drag. These snapper were fighting like they were on steroids.
Yeah, nice. He's engulfed that bait. I was expecting to see a bigger fish the way that ran. It fought. Yeah, it's probably 3 kilos. Shallow water snapper in rough conditions. Gotta love it, don't you?
The boat was drifting at just the right speed to fish the lures under the birds.
Far out. There's birds everywhere.
The birds continued working all afternoon as the baitfish were pushed to the entrance of the harbour by the strong current.
Those snapper are absolutely chewing the mustard darter jig head. There's teeth marks all over it. That's how aggressive they are. There you go. Yep. Whoa! Great hits, those deep hits, aren't they?
Just a matter of timing and a little bit of patience.
I saw you work that one up, mate. Hooked this one right beside the boat. And he's just shaking his head. Lots of weight there. Oh, he fell off.
Like I was saying before, it's the kahawai there that do all the hard work, and the snappers come in, just follow very casually behind, and they get a real cheap, easy feed.
Oh yeah, another quality fish, mate.
These snapper were in prime condition, and catching them in 4 metres of water made them easy to release. We made sure that we did not handle them as much as possible by leaving them in the eco net.
Oh yeah, there's some nice colour there. Good healthy fish. Healthy whānau fish.
This one's got a bit of horsepower. Ah, that's 2 I've dropped. That one was smoking, it was a bit of a steamroller. Better check the point of my hook, just make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, nah, good and sharp. If you drop fish, always check your gear. Sometimes you roll a point of a hook if you caught a couple of fish. If you're consistently dropping fish, either I just had a bit of bad luck or there's something wrong with my gear. So far it's bad luck. Oh, look up there!
Coming up, the evening bite.
Okay, so we've hooked something here.
The conditions were improving as the tide buttoned off and the sun warmed up the afternoon. We motored up and drifted alongside the action, casting up current.
I just tried a little trick. I switched over to my bait rod. Dropped a pilchard underneath all the action. And wouldn't you know it, I got slammed. The first run of these fish that we're getting today is fantastic. The old VIP's got a decent old bend in it. Another nice snapper coming up here. Look at that. You just gotta love, you know, we catch fish in deep water, but shallow water snapper fishing takes the cake. They just fight so much harder.
Well, the birds have moved on, the bite's gone off the boil a little bit, so it might be time for us to change our plan of attack. The option is for us to go up into the shallow water, maybe put the anchor out a bit of burley and good old-fashioned baits. So let's see how we go.
We decided to have a couple more casts before we moved on.
Just re-rigged and got smoked again. The first run was incredible.
Well, you've set some high standards, Adam.
Don't know what I got here. It's not a competition, mate.
Until it's a competition.
You got it. Not very often on soft baiting gear you start to see your line disappearing like that. We might have to chase this one. Still smoking. Now I've got no idea what this is, but any fish that does huge runs, one thing that you mustn't do is panic and start cranking up your drag, because that's how most people lose good fish. Have confidence in your gear. The sun's out. There was about a metre and a bit chop here before, but now it's pretty much died away to nothing. The wind's dropping out, and that's what we were hoping would happen. And that's why you come fishing. Here it comes, up on top. That was a snapper running like that. He's absolutely grabbed that lure.
Oh, that's what we come here for, Adam.
That's what we came here for, mate.
We've caught the jockey, now here's the dog.
I'm a happy man.
Well, the lure of the birds held us in this little spot a little bit longer, and I'm glad it did. They did. Look at those colours lighting up the tips of those fins.
Beautiful. The neon blue is amazing, isn't it?
Good healthy fish.
And well netted too.
With the light starting to change and the tide turning, we started to move up the harbour when we noticed some activity on the water.
Well, kingies have been splashing around periodically. They're moving around really fast. The bigger birds like the gannets and the blackback gulls are following them. So I put a stick bait on, a small one, just to try and tease them, and if we got in range have a cast. But I let it sink a little bit and was twitching it a bit deeper because there was no action, and it's been nailed, and I suspect, and I'm right, a nice snapper's nailed it, and here he comes on the stick bait. Just shows you how predatory these fish are. He's absolutely nailed that. And that imitates one of the major bait fishes in this harbour, which is piper. He knew what he was after and he had to go for it. We've come up the harbour a wee way now because we've got the wind and tide in our favour. They're all going in the same direction. So what we're doing is we set up for a bit of a bait fish in the shallows here, fishing at about 2 to 4 metres of water. Big burley trail out, some big baits, big pieces of piper, big pilchard baits. And we're hoping to attract some last minute snapper in as the sun goes down to finish a perfect 4 or 5 hours fishing.
We were using 6-bar mustard circle octopus hooks, a pea-sized sinker with 2 metres of 30-pound trace line.
What have we got here? These little snapper, man, that hit me like an absolute steam train. Lucky if it's 1.5 kilos. Beautiful fish. But they're on the bite just as the light's going down. But I think it's time for one last bait. I think this one might be a little bit bigger, but that's how even that little one last time hit. They're just crashing the baits. Change your light fishing. Shallow water snapper, eh? I might give up and see if Eden can catch up with me.
It's not a competition though, is it?
It never was a competition. All the time I was in front. This might be my dinner fish. We've only kept 2 so far today, let the rest go. Yeah, the bigger fish. We don't always need big fish. Here he comes. Yep, and would you believe it? Nice snapper.
That took off like a fish 10 times its size.
That took off like a monster. Still a beautiful fish though. Very happy with that. Great fishing today. And we haven't even been out for 6 hours yet.